welcome to the Inferno. I'm Anthony Mitchell, and I will be your host today. I know that this is a sports show, but this was just too important to pass up. Pluto is once again a planet. Sorry, Kermit the Frog, but Pluto had the best comeback of 2014. Joining me today is panel consisting of Joe Cortez, Hunter Davis, and Miles Todd.
Buy my mixtape. It's not even
Oops, they did it again. The unranked U of A Wildcats shocked the second-ranked Oregon Ducks in Oregon last night to remain undefeated through 5 games. This is the third time since 2007 that the Wildcats have pulled a win from this matchup, each time being heavy underdogs. In what I would consider to be like finesse versus sort of old school, Arizona's defense and their strong running back core proved to be too much for Oregon to handle. The Ducks were scoreless through the first quarter but found footing, only for Marcus Mariota, the now former Heisman candidate, yeah, I'm saying it, he's not going to win, to get strip-sacked during a potentially game-winning drive by Scooby Wright. Also, this Anu Solomon kid, pretty legit. He's got 1,741 yards passing in his rookie season thus far, which looks nice next to Mariota's 1,411. Granted, the touchdown differential is loaded in Mariota's favor. You've got to remember that the dude is a true freshman, and 5-0 does not look bad at all considering who they've played. Following a loss to UCLA that dropped them over 10 places in the AP, the now unranked ASU Sun Devils travel to the City of Angels to take on the 16th-ranked USC Trojans. For in-depth analysis of this matchup, I turn to the panel.
I got a question for you guys. What do you do if you have one of the best running backs in the nation on your side?
Not give him the ball? Wow, that's why you're new.
Off to a good start, new guy. No, you give him the ball. It's not that difficult of a concept. I said it last show, and I'll say it again. If DJ Foster only has 9 carries, you're gonna have a bad time. Foster entered last week's game as the nation's 3rd leading rusher and was even on ESPN's Heisman watch list. After last week's 9-carry, 30-yard game, you can kiss all of that goodbye. But against USC, you gotta run the ball. They gave up 452 yards on the ground to BC. 400! You gotta run the ball. That's all there is to it.
Good points there about DJ Foster, but now to the defensive side of the ball, which does need some help. This week, ASU is going against a solid Southern California offense that is averaging about 33 points a game, while the ASU defense is conceding just 31. In order to beat USC, I believe this defense is going to need to force some turnovers, which may be tough considering USC quarterback Cody Kessler has not been picked off yet this year. And as many of us painfully know, the Devils gave up a school record 62 points at home last Thursday. Much of this due to several missed tackles by the defense. Just simply not being able to bring down the ball carrier greatly hurt the Devils. Demarius Randall is one of the few bright spots defensively as he leads the nation with 9 solo tackles a game. Let's hope some of his fellow teammates can learn from him. If not, it could be a long night in Pasadena.
Right, Randall, not Thomas. All right, let's talk about the offense. It's really simple. Taylor Kelly is still out, and Mike Bercovici is playing in place of him again. You could expect a similar offense that we saw against UCLA. However, it should be a little bit better now that Bercovici's got some minutes in him. Hopefully we can expect some less picks, but, I mean, like you said, Joe, if you don't give DJ Foster the ball, you're going to have a bad time, and let's just hope Mike Bercovici figure that out this time. All right? Back to you, Anthony.
All right, now to fill us in on AP rankings around the nation and in college football, we turn to another fresh face, Miss Earth, Moon, Sun, Tara Pinkley. Tara.
Thanks, Anthony. The Pac-12 looks a bit different since the last time we visited it. Also, Arizona did beat Oregon last week, so that's going to change, or yesterday, that's going to change things. In the South, USC has made their way to the top with a 2-0 conference record and a 3-1 overall record, leading to their number 16 ranking. Arizona and UCLA are tied for second, both being 4-0, now Arizona 5-0, and holding a positive conference record, Arizona 2-0 now, and UCLA is still 1-0. ASU comes in 4th following the loss to UCLA last week, and Colorado finishes off with what seems to be another season for them to forget. On to the Yanks in the North. In the North, number 2 ranked Oregon, as of right now, is still at the top and has just lost to Arizona. Stanford and Cal right behind Oregon, both boasting a 3-1 record and a 1-1 record in conference play. In the bottom half of the North, we have Washington State, Washington, and Oregon State. That's it for me in the standings. Back to Anthony at the desk.
Thank you, Tara. And now, time for a fan favorite, and by fan, I mean my parents, who swear to me that they watched the show. It's time for the Pick'em. Let's see the new kids' drawing skills get put to the test, and our first matchup is Stanford at Notre Dame.
Notre Dame has played 5 straight games at home, this being their 5th, and they concede almost less than 12 points per game. So I have Notre Dame cutting down the tree. That is Stanford. And Stanford just coming up with 2 losses, and I feel like they're out of contention.
We're 1 pick in, and he already has more good drawings than you, Miles.
Hey, you know what? Some people are stronger in other areas than others.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyways, Stanford might have the best defense in the nation. You know how many yards they gave up to Washington?
How many?
179. That's not bad, but the Cardinals' offense is bad. But Notre Dame hasn't been tested yet, so this one's basically a toss-up. I'm going to go with Stanford.
I'm going to agree with you, Joe. I don't think the Cardinal offense is that bad. I'm also going to be picking the trees on this one. I mean, defense will win the game, and I think the Cardinal defense is better than the Notre Dame defense, so I'm picking the trees on this one. Anthony?
I don't know, guys. I'm with Hunter. I don't think Notre Dame has looked this good since Rudy. For our next matchup, we go to the Pac-12 South, where the Utah Utes hope to unseat the 8th-ranked UCLA Trojans, UCLA Bruins, who are led by Heisman candidate Brett Hundley.
I'm going to be taking the Utes here. I drew an Indian for Utah, the Utes. And Utah puts up about 42 points a game offensively. They've proven they can win on the road, winning at Michigan. And UCLA coming off that big win against ASU. I've seen them being a little lackadaisical, and the Utes taking this one.
Remember what I said about good drawings?
Take it back.
Well, you blew it. You blew
I think
it.
it's solid.
You're the only one.
Anyways, Dennis Erickson is the offensive coordinator of Utah, while Noel Mazzoni is the OC for UCLA. So we're going to see a lot of bubble screens and even more penalties. UCLA is good, so I got to go with the Bruins, not the Trojans.
Yeah, I mean, the UCLA Trojans, right, Anthony? We're 2 for 2, Joe. I mean, Utah has got those 42 points per game offensively, but you can't score if the defense stops them. Now, I'm not saying the Bruin defense is good, but it's going to be good enough. I'm going with the Bears on this one.
Little teddy bear.
Joe, tell me I'm better than that. I'm better than that.
Not with that drawing,
I like the
Anthony.
teddy bear.
Miles, Joe, everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has those days. Sometimes I'm in a jam. I've got to make a plan. All right, staying in the Pac-12 South, we've got ASU at USC. You heard them talk about what needs to happen next, but now let's see what they think will be the outcome. Panel.
I see the Devils taking this one. The defense was embarrassed last week, and they are going to make some improvements and fix that. Berkovici looked great. All we need to do is give DJ Foster the ball, and I see the Devils taking this one.
I am still drawing. And here we go. Here we go. There we go. It's a Sparky. We're going to see what this ASU team is really made of here. How are they going to react to such a devastating loss? Who knows? Something tells me that they're going to come out with something to prove. I'm going with the Devils.
Yeah, Joe, we were almost 3 for 3. I'm going to go with the Trojans on this one. I mean, I can't see, I love the Sun Devils, don't get me wrong, but I can't see them being the Trojans, especially after coming to a loss like last week. Like I said earlier, they should have a better time. I know it's bad, okay? They should have a better time since the offense has gotten some time to establish themselves, but Berkovici especially needs to give the ball to DJ Foster, and I just can't, he doesn't have the vision, he just can't see that yet. I mean, he's good, but he's not that great. So I'm going to have to go with the Trojan on this one.
By your standards, that's not too bad.
I didn't know Trojans rode dogs.
Yep, and your pitchfork needs work, Anthony.
That's it for us today. As always, thank you to our production crew for making things happen, and thanks to you at home for watching. This has been the Inferno.